Hey guys, welcome to Bayhead, New Jersey, and welcome on board the new coming soon to the Steam Store Marketplace for Train Simulator 2021. The Erie Lackawanna, New Jersey Transit add-on for the U34CH, which was released several months ago, beginning of the year. If you'd like a little before and after, head down the page of my videos and check out the original so you can see before and after yourself. But thanks, many thanks for an order for Minerman, who needs no introduction. He's the guy that's been doing the Bergen line off the workshop, a completely freeware route, which is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen as a freeware North American route, hands down. So thanks again. He has been the one pretty much single-handedly trying to get this thing out and get it where it was. He's done a ton of study, gathering sounds, documents, designs, drawings, any and everything you can think of to try and get these as close as possible to what we have here today. So, thank you, Minerman. Anyway, let's begin. So here we go. The new U34CH livery, which is what you see in front of us, aka the Bluebird Erie Lackawanna NJT. Let's go ahead and hop right in. Go over here and get the door closed, as of course you can open and close the doors and the windows. So the brake handle is off. We'll go ahead and throw the dial lights on, which is right here, gauge dim or instrument lights. Throw our headlights on. Crack the window open a little bit. Alright, so as of right now, we are not running head-in power. So we're going to go ahead and throw that on. So we now have head-in power going and a nice steady RPM for the entire consist. So first and foremost, I want to go over a couple things as well as what you're going to get with this new marketplace. I hate to call it livery because it's so much more than that. Anyway, it's going to be on the marketplace, as I mentioned. It's not going to have any scenarios. It's going to include the new horn and loop, which Minerman took the liberty of getting these sounds himself, and they are nice. It's paid off dearly. It sounds so much better than the original release. The coaches have been darkened, new textures added as well, along with the cab car. New correct cab and controls for the cab car, because like I said, if you want to go back and watch the old video I made of the original, they are slightly different. So those have been corrected as well. The entire consist and the U34CH by itself feels heavier. The physics have been done a little bit, added a bit more drag, so it doesn't shoot off the line like a jackrabbit. Of course, it's got the new livery, and it's got the, well, one of the more important things about this entire item is the new prototypical electric hold brakes, which is what we now have for the entire train length consist, cab car and U34CH loco. It's basically like lapped brakes from what I understand. So you'll get to see me miserably fail at trying to apply those here in just a moment. But anyway, let's go ahead and get going, check out some of the sounds. Brakes have been released. You can hear the compressor run up. Alright, so there's one notch, 33.8 amps. We are slowly rolling. Doesn't lurch forward like a lot of horrendous physics that we get a lot of times for North American engines in the game, and just engines as a whole in Train Simulator. So go ahead and throw two notches on. 135 amps. A little bit quicker. And again, I'd like to reiterate, I always thought the interior of this looked alright. Like, it's nice and dingy and dirty and grimy, been rode hard, hung up wet. It looks nice, especially the roof here. Looks like somebody smoked in here for the better part of, you know, 3 or 4 decades. It's got that look. It's classic. I mean, the lighting is nice. You know, there's little bits of shadow, and I have ambient occlusion on, but it's very, very low. Oh, we're speeding. Sorry. Oh, and since we got a crossing, let's go ahead and check out the horn. Why don't we? That is the new horn and loop that Minerman pretty much installed and corrected on his own volition. If you go back and watch the other video I keep mentioning, you'll hear it. It sounds much nicer. Now, I have held it indefinitely, and it does indeed have a loop. But for this to be his first sound horn modification, it sounds pretty damn good. Plus the loop, at which the length that it happens, you're not really going to be holding the horn that long anyway. I guess you could if you wanted to, but prototypical use, 3-second blasts, all that good stuff. It's just fine through three seconds. About 3.5, 4 seconds is when it kind of loops through. So that's the interior sound. We'll go outside. Got a little bit more of a reach to it, bit of an echo, which is nice. So there are differences, interior and exterior. And let's just look at this glorious paint for a moment. Why did NJT have to slap that silver and purple and orange and purple livery on the newer stuff? These look so much better. You have to forgive me, they do. The blue and silver with the red striping already, it just looks nice. Now, down here as well, in the chassis, underneath the engine and the cars, they have retextured and added a bit of grime as well. Before, these were just pretty much flat black, nothing to them. So that's nice. That's a nice touch-up. Coaches as well. It's got that nice rail dust along the bottom and grime. And that sound. Sounds like a U-boat. The HEP kind of muddles it out a bit, but you could leave that off if you wanted to. It wouldn't be a simulated operation, but to each their own. Alright, let's run her up a bit. Listen to those beautiful traction motors sing, which again I have to mention, as I did in the first video I made of this thing in its original form. It's nice to hear the traction motors. You don't hear those a lot in Train Sim. Very nice. So what I'm going to try to do is try and keep this to a short video. I'm going to run up here to the bridge and then hop back in the cab car and run back down to Bayhead. Hopefully don't derail in the process, since it wouldn't be realistic operation, but for the sake of time, we're going to do that. Oh, and the bell as well. Now, I don't recall the bell sounding this good and clear on the original engine. Maybe it's different, I don't know, but it sounds good regardless. A couple of warning blasts. Alright, let's try some of this braking here. Alright, so it's like lapping. If any of you have used, say, the don't know, some of the F40s or like the British Class 101 diesel multiple unit lapping braking. It's like that to a degree. I'm sure it's much different, but I'm trying to, rationalize it to being able to figure it out. So anyway, this is initial reduction. Seems to be doing all right. It's not overbearing. It's not slamming the train to a stop. But it is very little pressure. So we'll try and add a bit more. So we're going to service it and try and bring it back to hold. Oh, which is right there. The only problem I've found so far with this is you kind of skip over the hold bit, which we're in right now, really quickly. So if you just use the keys, it'll just skip right across it. If you use F4 and the HUD with the F4 on, you should be able to do it a bit easier. Try it right now. Do a little application and then hold again. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and a nice slow crawl. The physics on this thing have been amped up. Like it feels nice to drive, that is for sure. Just to be entirely fair and honest, one thing I'm not crazy about is the little glare here in the headlight. That's remained. Not crazy about it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But it's a good looking engine, man. It's a striking skin. Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw it in neutral. We'll turn the handle off here. We'll hop in the back. Throw the tail light on. There we go. Alright, cab car, here we are. So, again, this is totally different. The control stand looked nothing like this in its original form. He's gone back to the designs that actually came with this thing and corrected it and put them in the right place. Darkened a few things, added, grimy textures all throughout. The seat still operates. There we go. And also, why don't we go ahead and hop in the coaches back here while we're at it. It's going to throw us right behind the engine, as you can see. So I'm going to push us back to the cab car. A little bit more quiet. There we go. And this is a lot different as well. Some of you may remember up here along the roof there was quite a glare, very shiny, almost mirror-like textures. That's been fixed, looks a lot better. The luggage rack looks good. It's been darkened. It looks a lot nicer in here now. Very, very much so. Get that kind of old school rubber grip flooring. Yeah, so that's been changed as well. That's nice. So you're not just getting the skin with this thing. Like I said, you're getting a few things. Alright, so let's hop back in the driving position. Of course, you can do head out. Some DTM joint projects you cannot do head out for whatever reason. On these you absolutely can, which I love to do. Alright, let's get our window open. Throw her in gear. Now we are in push operation. Let's get our headlights on. And even this, I'm not sure if he told me or if I forgot, but the exterior of these coaches look like they've been darkened and grimied up as well. I mean, just look at the front of this thing. Down below, the chassis, even the top. It's got a bit of just like a line of mold or smoke or something just has stuck to the top of these things over time. And of course, it's got its own horn as well. It's slightly different. But I like that echo. I don't know why, but I like that echo. It sounds good. The bell. Nice. Very nice. Alright. Let's get the lines charged. Let's get moving. Try and head us back down to Bay Head, hopefully without a derail. Alright, so in push mode, it's going to take a second, as it should. We are slowly rolling. Let the amps level out, 33.8. 2 notches, 135. 3, 245. 4, 364 amps, and on and on. It's nice. The physics feel markedly better in the engine and the cab car. I gotta say, it's great. The dedication that was put into this set and to trying to correct it, it's very nice. Alright, we'll try the braking from the cab car now. Alright, so we'll apply and try and hold it. Nope. Oh, no. There we go. It's right. It's like a little notch. Maybe if there's any way possible to try and broaden that some, just so it's easier to hit if you don't use the F4 HUD. It would probably be easier to dial in. Try a little bit more. Nope, nope. There we go. And for the sake of sound and vision, we'll do a run by. Pause it, jump out here. Get down just past the crossing. There we go. Charge her up a little bit. Now, I don't know the price that this will be, and I don't know when, but I'm assuming it's pretty much been greenlit, and it should be soon. Trademark. Gorgeous. There's the emergency because that 10 mile an hour is coming up into Bay Head. Overall, I gotta say, it's a job well done. I'm looking forward to driving this thing. It looks fantastic. It sounds better. It feels better. Man, if all developers did this to things that were released that may not be in the best state, it'd be a happier world. I guess. Just to be slightly sarcastic, but it is fantastic. And again, thank you, Matterman, for letting me and allowing me to take a look at this thing and give feedback. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Be on the lookout for this thing soon. If I missed anything, my apologies. Please add a comment or shoot me a question. Anyways, till next time, we'll see you. Have a good one. Bye.